Ah oui, oui. Ah oui, du salcade puis de pork
Ben,
scratch.
parce qu'à la baie,
Wow.
on peut dire un peu comme ça, when you mention saltcod, c'est du poisson sec.
Oh oui.
À la baie, tu vas à n'importe quelle taverne, c'est garanti, au lieu d'avoir du monde se commande des frites avec un morceau de pizza ou quoi que tu as dans le à la baie, c'est partout, tu as un morceau de poisson sec.
Les élèves de Madame Lisa aimeraient aussi savoir c'était quoi des desserts préférés. Est-ce qu'il y avait des desserts que les Acadiens faisaient?
Nous autres, il y avait des tartes au sucre, c'est la seule chose que moi je peux penser qu'il y a vraiment traditionnel.
Oui, puis des pétesseurs. Ben, les pétesseurs, dans le fourneau, tu mets il y a un petit brin de l'eau,
OK.
puis oui, c'est cuit dans l'eau. Ça fait que the texture of it, it's different than the traditional cinnamon roll.
Est-ce qu'il y avait je sais qu'on parle beaucoup des galettes à la mélasse. Est-ce que c'est quelque chose que vous mangez?
Il n'y avait pas sur la baie. Pas quelque chose.
Des galettes de mélasse?
Oui.
Ah oui.
OK.
A soft molasses. So it was very common in every household that I've been in. So, you know, in my mother's line and my father's line, they were special treats. You know, when you went to visit, there was always a tray of them on the table. Very often, I mean, we couldn't afford to have dessert, you know, and so our dessert, we all love dessert. I mean, so our dessert would be a slice of homemade bread avec de molasses.
Oh,
right?
no.
You know, so yeah, I mean, molasses was always on the table, and is always on the table here as well.
Oh, OK.
For
C'est
sure.
bon de savoir.
People tell me all the time that I need to write a book, right?
You should.
Because
You're so interested.
the stories that I hear in this place, sometimes it moves me to tears, honestly, you know? We had, I mean, so things like we had 3 generations that came for Rapi Pie. It was a table of 8. And the great-grandmother, while they're eating, is telling her great-grandchildren all the stories of her mother.
Oh, neat.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
you know?
Okay.
One day, a couple came in, and so without COVID, I have placemats on all my tables, and my placemats are all pieces of Acadian history, right?
Oh.
And so they came in, he walked around the entire dining room, I watched him, and he read every placemat.
Oh, wow.
Who?
So this was a couple that had never been here before,
okay.
so I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
So it turns out that they were from Ohio in the States.
Oh.
Oh.
So he walks up to me and he says, "Are you Acadian?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he stopped for a moment, he put his head down, and this is what he said to me. I will never forget it. He said, "My ancestry are loyalists. And so it's my people that came and removed your people from their homes.
Gosh.
It's my history
Wow.
that slaughtered so many of your people and set them on unseaworthy boats to get them out of here." And I don't know if anybody's ever said anything like this to you before, but I am so sorry. And tears were coming down his eyes.
I guess I'm getting goosebumps here.
I was on the other side of the counter and my knees were shaking
Yeah.
because I felt every word that he said. And I thought to myself, if ever there was a time in my life when every one of my ancestors could be gathered around me, I hope it was that moment because it was so powerful, you know? And like, I told that story, I almost lose it sometimes when I tell the story, you know? I've told that story to people, and so I know when I can sit and chat and people pull things out of me, you know, and they want to hear more and they want to hear more. And I've told that story and I've had people sitting at the table just kind of trying to kind of catch the breath, you know. But these are real stories that people, you know, in their lives, you know, and he was so in touch with his history and knew the impact that his history had on my history, and to kind of share that with me on that level, yeah, wow, it was beautiful, beautiful. And I hear lots of things, you know. People tell me about, Robbie Pie does that, you know. People tell me about their history and their family, and I'm so amazed how much people know about their own history. And, you know, I would say that the bulk of these people are English-speaking Acadians that have lost their mother tongue. You know, but boy, their culture is just still burning in them and in their lives, you know. We have people walk in the door on a Sunday. Oh my God, this guy walks in the door. There's people behind him. He opens the door. We try to keep the ventilation off in the kitchen when we're baking Robbie pie so that those smells come out to the dining room, right? So he opens the door, he walks in, we're 3/4 full. And when you walk in the door, in this place, everybody notices you, right? Because it's kind of right there. So everybody just kind of stopped and looked, and this guy just yelled out, "Where's Mom?" And the place just broke up, right? Just really cool things like that.